Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure accessory review. Today, we're going to look at the NECA Universal Monsters Frankenstein accessory set. NECA is making this really cool Universal Monster line, and for several of the characters, they seem to be doing accessory sets. I got the Mummy set, and it was quite impressive. I've got the Frankenstein figures, so I'm happy to add these to my collection. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, Frankenstein accessory set, Universal Monsters. Here's the front, got Frankenstein on the table in a dungeon type setting, castle. At the top, Frankenstein accessory set, NECA. One side, got Frankenstein, some fire, Universal Monsters, NECA, real toys. Other side, got Frankenstein with the bandaged head. On the back, you can see some of the contents, most notably the table. Looks like some fire, Frankenstein alternate head. At the bottom, got a bunch of credits. There is a barcode, in case it helps anybody. So with no further ado, let's open it up. Alright, now that this thing opened up and out of the package, here it is laid out in front of you. Looks to be quite complicated. The lab table looks to be way more elaborate than I ever expected. In addition to the lab table, we have the instructions, which I'm sure I'm going to need. This cardboard backdrop here, alternate bandage Frankenstein head, looks like a towel or some bandages, a torch, and a blanket. So, let's check out the non-table accessories real quick, and then we'll put the table together. So the lab table is obviously the main draw for this accessory set, but here are the other accessories. Let's go ahead and look at the cardboard backdrop first. It's pretty sturdy feeling. Now it's very wide. That'll be useful for action figure photography. I get very frustrated when it seems like they almost don't want you to photograph stuff in widescreen. We have Dr. Frankenstein's lab. Awesome. Here's the entire backdrop for Frankenstein's lab. It's a little bit too wide, but zoom in and you can shoot it with different sort of background pieces for different photographs. Here's the alternate Frankenstein head. This is Frankenstein. His head is bandaged up before the big reveal. Now it looks like it could work with the black and white or the color version, although I'm getting more of a color vibe off this guy. Detailing is pretty nice. Now I'm sure pretty much everyone is aware that you have to have your own Frankenstein figure to fully utilize this set. It's sold separately, making it pretty pricey to have both of them. Here's the regular color Frankenstein in front of the background. His head comes off with complete ease. You don't have to heat up water or anything. Here he is with a bandaged head that came with this accessory set. Then we have this torch. It's got semi-transparent orange plastic here for the fire. Looks pretty good. Wooden handle here. Scope and detail is pretty nice. Here's a look at a townsman terrorizing old Frank here with some fire. I just took another NECA figure that I thought looked like a regular townsperson. And for the towel and the blanket, you're going to have the lab table assembled. So, let's get to that first. Now to assemble this lab table, looks kind of complicated. There are a bunch of pieces here. I hope when it's done it's sturdy, it's not fragile and falling apart. So I'm going to take these instructions here. Going to start off with step number 1. So step 1 is going to be to take the base of the table here and insert these 2 pieces onto the sides. Now you have the legs of the table attached. The way these things snap into place, you will never take this thing apart. So far so good. Next, you'll attach these 3 pieces to the bottom. At this point, your table will look like this. Now to put the table onto the base. Now you've got the lab table onto the base. Now you'll insert all these metal rods into the plugs at the bottom of the table. Now the table will look like this, and this should be the final step, to attach these clamps that'll hold the monster down. And there you have it. The table is now fully assembled. Flip it around, add the towel to the bottom. Now, let's get Frankenstein in this thing. So here's Frankenstein, next to this lab table. It's really incomplete without the doctor working on him. So you want to take all these things back off the table in order to put them on there, and then lay them on the table. And finally, here he is on the lab table. strapped up, unable to move or escape. Put the blanket on top to hide the creation. Remove it. You have the bandaged head Frankenstein, almost finished. This is about the best you're going to get with Frankenstein to the blanket, utilizing all the pieces you can at the same time. Now I want to see what I can use as Dr. Frankenstein, even if it's just for a few minutes. I took the head off of Neca's Universal Monster Wolfman, the human head, put it onto a DC Direct Arkham City Hugo Strange. He's in that sort of lab or scientist jacket, just like Frankenstein was when he's working his creation. So this'll do for now. Here's Dr. Frankenstein working on his creation. He's working on his monster until somebody knocks at the castle and he has to cover him up. Add in some more vials and lab equipment. Dr. Frankenstein is creating his monster, creating his own life form. Then we have that iconic scene with Dr. Frankenstein. He's alive! He's alive! And now we have Dr. Frankenstein interacting with his monster, curious, but understandably reluctant. And we all know how the story goes. Frankenstein sort of has a gentle heart, but a bad brain. He tries to give flour to the little girl, ends up killing her. Then, of course, the entire townspeople, they end up burning him down. They don't accept and they do kill him. This lab table will also work great for Professor Pig making his Dollatrons, and a closer look at Pig transforming another mindless Dollatron. It'll work good for any of my 3 different Hugo Strange figures, torturing or doing experiments on somebody. It'll probably go right smack dab in the middle of my Hugo Strange shelf. Here's Batman in the Batcave. He's got Man-Bat secured on the table. Bruce Wayne is working hard to find a cure for the Man-Bat virus. He's trying to restore Kirk Langstrom. And a closer look at Man-Bat strapped down to the table. Here it is, being used in a police station. We have the forensics team performing an autopsy. Now let's check it out, next to the rest of Neca's Universal Monsters collection. Here it is, with all 3 variations of Neca's Frankenstein, black and white, color, and glow-in-the-dark. And with all 3 variations of the Mummy, once again, black and white, color, and glow-in-the-dark. Then, the same with Wolfman. Here are all 3 monsters Neca's made so far in the Universal Monster line. Now we know we have Dracula and the Invisible Man upcoming. I think this is the only other 2 they've actually shown us. But there are plenty more monsters you know they're going to give us. Creature from the Black Lagoon, Bride of Frankenstein are the first couple that come to mind, but I imagine they're going to take this as far as they can, and I sure hope they do. Here's the largest item from the Frankenstein accessory set, next to the largest item from Neca's Mummy accessory set. We know we're getting a Dracula accessory set, and if they make one for the Invisible Man, I can only imagine it sort of being his lab or whatnot. That would be cool. And here's NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover with Universal Monsters figures in front of the table. Pretty cool what if line. And most importantly for this video, Raphael as Frankenstein and April as Bride of Frankenstein. And here's a McFarlane DC Multiverse Frankenstein in front of this thing. This guy is a giant. He's a beast. There ain't no way he's fitting on this table. So overall, it's a really cool accessory set, but it's definitely overpriced. I got this thing for about $35, found what I thought was the best price online. Most places are running for $40, $42. It's a very nice table, nice accessories, but the value is definitely not there. That being said, it is a great addition to the Universal Monsters line. The cardboard backdrop, the lab table, it's all really, really cool. If you're a huge monster fan, this is definitely for you. If you're just a casual fan, probably just settle for the figure. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure diorama and action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.